Hello again, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of community interest. My guests today are Texas State Representative Tan Parker and former Flower Mound Mayor Tom Hayden.
Thank you, Bob.
Tan and Tom will be co-hosts for an event at the Circle R Ranch in Flower Mound on September 2nd. Much of the information for this event is in the written portion of this article. But I wanted to have them here to tell you about it in their own words. And I want to thank you guys for being here.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
Tan, suppose we start with you. Please begin by telling our viewers why this fundraiser is so important to a local family.
Thank you, first of all, for having the opportunity to talk about this story and what's taking place and the necessity of us getting involved. Look, we have a tradition here in Flower Mound and in Denton County of helping people in need. And little Emily Clampkin is a little girl that was born with a very dire situation, and the situation has gotten much worse in recent years, that she requires a major transplant, a 5-organ transplant. I mean, truly unheard of in terms of the scale and magnitude of what needs to happen. She's been chronically ill all of these decades. She's now 31 years old, and the family needs our support as the community to come and rally around them, help them emotionally. Obviously, we need to be praying for this family. We also need to be out there helping them raise resources to pick up their piece or their portion of the surgical procedure. So I'm just so grateful for Tom and his leadership for seeing this story that you wrote. So initially I want to thank you and Annette for telling everybody in Denton County about this situation, this poor little family and what Emily is suffering through. And the reality is that's why we're here. We're here to make a difference. We're here to serve this family, and we're rallying as a community around them. That's what this is all about. So we're just so grateful to you and Annette giving Tom and I this opportunity, and for Tom to jump on it, read the article, and then Tom called me and told me what was taking place. So anyway, just so grateful for everybody involved and coming together to help little Emily.
And this is a very expensive operation. I understand that it will cost around $2 million, and insurance will cover a large portion of it, but the family is still responsible for something like $300,000, and that's why we're trying to do something to help them with that burden by doing this fundraiser.
Absolutely.
And they have to go to Birmingham, Alabama to a specialist to have this done.
Absolutely.
Tom, let me ask you, you began by speaking with restaurant owners in Lakeside about donating the food and the drinks for the evening. What was that like?
So let me tell you, first, like Stan said, I saw your article, and so I called Susie, her mother, and I said, what can we do to help? And so she said, so as Tan mentioned, they've been dealing with this for 31 years. So it's been a real burden on their family for many, many years. So the first thing I did is I called Kim Cloud, who has Cloud9 Charity, and said, hey Kim, can we do this under the umbrella of Cloud9? And Kim, of course, says yes. She's one of the best people in our community. Then I called Lakeside and said, hey, can we get all your restaurants together where we do a taste of Lakeside? And so Realty Capital agreed, and then Realty Capital also said, we want to contribute money to underwrite the event. So it was pretty fantastic, yes.
And you also spoke with the owner of the Circle R Ranch about donating the venue for the event that night. How did that go?
Yeah, so Jason is a great guy at the Circle R Ranch. I called and asked him about it, and he said, Tom, there's several times a year we do stuff to help families like this. We want to donate whatever we can to help your family. So they're going to let us use the Circle R Ranch basically for free. So
that's
Jason's
amazing.
a great guy. He's a new father, and he's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I might add just one thing, not only is it the surgery itself, but the family, Emily and her family have to be in Alabama for probably upwards of maybe a year after the surgery, and for an extended period of time prior. So all this additional crazy expense, we obviously are there to help with as well.
So that's what the money is primarily going to be used for is, as Tim was mentioning, for 6 months to a year, they're going to be in Alabama several months before the surgery takes place while they're waiting for a donor, and then 3 to 6 months afterwards as she recovers. And they've been dealing with this for 31 years. They're just stretched, and so they need help. And so we're going to help them whatever we can.
Absolutely.
And I also want to mention that the entertainment for that evening will be provided by David McGee, who is known as the master of the mind and illusionist and all this stuff. He is well known across the country for his many major performances. So let me say this, what can people expect when they come to the event? For the price of the admission, it's $125 per person. Let's say $250 a couple. They come to the event, they have dinner, drinks, and entertainment, and the whole price of it is written off on their taxes, right?
Yes, so that's where Kim Cloud's organization came in, Cloud9. It's all a tax deductible donation, whatever anybody, how they want to participate. The restaurants at Lakeside, we're going to have a sampling of every restaurant that's at Lakeside. So again, a taste of Lakeside. David McGee, who probably travels 200, 250 days out of the year, going to just about every place. I mean, he is basically, again, an Argyle resident, but he is basically a Las Vegas performer that is really good. And so he's going to be there. And so the main thing is to help a family. We're trying to help them raise money. And so, I mean, they just need our help. And poor Emily, if we don't do something to help, I mean, it's time. I mean, she's very weak, and she needs to have the surgery.
I think people need to understand, Bob, too, you know, as Tom said, that, I mean, for 30 years, she's been battling this condition. And it's an immense physical toll on her body and emotional toll on the family. It's been a huge financial toll for the family as well. All the medical bills that they incur on an annual basis to get her to this point, to sustain her life to this point, is enormous. And so it's just so important to Tom and myself, I know to you and Annette and to all of us, that we get behind this family and support little Emily in any way we possibly can.
And I feel, you know, we live in a blessed community.
So blessed.
And I really say this all the time, not just in this instance, but this is a marvelous community, and she's in the right area, the right community to have the people come out for something like this and to help out. So, you know, I got to say that this is a bargain in a way. $250 a couple for food, drinks, and entertainment, and you can write it up on your taxes. You can't do that if you go to a restaurant in Dallas.
Right, and the most priceless thing to save a life, right?
Yes.
And to be here to take care of this family and to save Emily's life.
And you really are saving Emily's life.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we don't do something now,
That's a fact. Imagine a 5-organ transplant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think people understand that what is exacerbating the need to get this done more rapidly is that she has a pancreas and a liver that are failing.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why the transplant, it needs to be done with such speed, along with the replacement of all these intestinal organs as well.
Right, the large intestine, small intestine.
The entire system. That's right.
Well, also about that evening, there'll be some surprises, such as a few well-known people will be waiting on tables during the evening, and I think people will be surprised at some of those. And by the way, any tips that they receive will be donated to the cause as well.
Absolutely. We'll make certain of that one more time.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add? You can think of anything else for the...
You know, from my perspective, Bob, it's just thanks to our community. It's thank you to everybody in Flower Mound and Denton County and the region that will come out and support Emily and her family. You know, we are so blessed, as you said, to live in this community that cares about people. Yeah. And when you have someone like yourself and Annette and Tom and everybody at Cloud9 and all the folks that are coming together at Jason at Circle R and everyone that's pulling together, all the wonderful vendors down at Lakeside, I mean, we are just so fortunate. And so I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for helping this family. Because without the help, they're not able to move forward. And so that's why we're here.
One other person, Paula Cradaville, is donating her talent to this. And most people who know Paula Cradaville, exterior design, so we got a lot of people.
Oh, Paula's tremendous. We have so many incredible volunteers doing an amazing job. Absolutely.
I want to add one more thing. So we're trying to put this together with extraordinarily quickly. And so we're hoping to have 200 couples come. There at the bottom of your article, there's going to be a place where you can go and buy tickets. Please, in the next week, 10 days, we really need people to show up, sign up for this, and so we need to know.
Because the restaurants want to know how much.
They want to order food.
We need to get head count, and so the sooner that people can register and get on board, we appreciate that very much.
Imagine sampling the
Carlos,
food from all of these restaurants. That alone is worth the price of admission.
Absolutely.
If you've been to those restaurants at Lakeside, this is going to be great. All right, I know we have to wrap it up now, so I just again want to thank both of you for adding your time and your influence to assist a family in this outstanding community. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. It's what it's all about. Thank you so much. Thank you for you and Annette and all you guys do.
And thank you for watching.